I'm Jennifer Alden, and thanks for watching my video. A little about myself. I am a hairstylist in Pasadena, California, and I've been doing hair for about 10 years. And one of my specialties is using the straight blade razor for haircuts. And I also specialize in a couple other things, ammonia-free color, using organic, low tox, clean hair products. That's kind of my whole realm of expertise. And I love doing haircuts. I love doing shags specifically. I feel like it's such a beautiful, versatile haircut that pretty much anyone can wear. There's so many variations of it. I think there is a version out there for virtually anyone. So lately I've been getting a lot of questions from clients wondering why I use the razor for haircuts and why not scissors. So one thing that I thought about documenting and making a video of is to show you on doll heads the difference between razor cutting a shag and scissor cutting a shag. I have two doll heads. They're pretty much the same except for the color. But I'm gonna be doing a razor cut on the lighter colored mannequin head and scissor on the darker colored one. Let's get this going, and I will be talking through the haircuts as I'm doing them. If you are familiar with razor cutting, the straight blade razor definitely is not for everyone. It's taken me years and hours of education to be able to do these kind of haircuts with the straight blade razor. So I have three different types of razors I like to use. The main one that I use is the plie, the feather plie razor that looks like this. This is a straight blade razor with no guard. And yes, this can really do some damage if you don't have enough training with it. So please make sure you practice before you work on someone, a real live person, and take some training. I took a really great class a few years ago with Nick Rojo, and he's a master at razor cutting, and I think he has some videos online just to learn like the basics about razor cutting with the straight blade, and they're great. Occasionally I do cut myself with it, but my respect and hold of the blade was forever changed when I took his class. Another great resource is Karina Hernandez from Pony Education, based in Oakland. She is my queen. She is just the queen of razor in my eyes. Also my good friend Holly Seidel from Holly Girl Does Hair. Those two are like my faves with razor cutting. And Karina has online education. It's called Pony Education Live, and I highly recommend watching her videos, attending a hands-on class in person. And if you're really into like learning, diving deep into razor cutting, she is like amazing. Her and Nick Rojo are my two gurus for razor cutting for sure. But yeah, definitely try and take a class with Karina. You won't regret it. It'll change your life. It has for me. I've been razor cutting with the straight blade for about 5 years now, and I'm like never going back. It's a game changer for sure. I also really love this was from beauty school actually. This is another feather razor, but it has the guard on it. I use this once in a while. Depends on the texture of the hair. Sometimes if I'm doing bangs dry, I'll use this, and this is a really great quick way to get texture, especially if somebody wants really like texturized bangs. I love this. It definitely takes some practice. You gotta like respect it and practice on some doll heads, you know, because it can wipe out a huge chunk of hair in no time. So you need to learn how to go slow, and yeah, this is a really great tool as well. I also took a class from Vivian McKinder, and she does razor cuts as well, but she uses this one, and it's mainly, it's called a nape razor, but I like it because, especially if you're just starting out, this is like a straight blade razor, but it has a guard on it. So I like to use this just to clean up necks on short hair, but you can also do haircuts with this. I've done some haircuts with this, and it's really great, actually. But yeah, so this kind of gives you the feel of a straight blade razor, but it has the guard on it like the other, the feather razor. So I hope that information helps. And yeah, I love razor cutting. I've been doing it for 5 years now, and it's really changed the game for me for my haircuts. And I feel like a lot of people come to me now because they see my haircuts on Instagram, and it's amazing for taking out weight, creating texture, especially for people with really heavy hair. It will change their life. It easily takes out weight, and it just, I can't say enough good things about it. It's an amazing tool, and I love using it. So without further ado, I'm going to get started with the Shag razor cut on my first model. So first, I like to start off with freshly cleaned, damp hair. Been using this new product from Colton King called Superwater, and it's like a light cutting spray, leave-in conditioner, styling tonic. It's amazing. Now, since I like her length, so I'm not going to change the length much. I'm mainly just going to focus on layers up in this area, up at the top, and some cool like shaggy bangs and bits on the side. So I'm probably, one rule of thumb that I have and that I've learned is it's best to start with the biggest change first. So your clients see, like if they don't have bangs and they want bangs, I would do the bangs first so they see it and they get really excited about their haircut. So I'm going to start with that first. I'm going to start in the front, and then I think I'm just going to clean up the ends on the doll head because I like the length it's at right now. For her bangs, I'm going to start with, usually shags are best parted in the middle or based off the middle. And this is when you can analyze their cowlicks, the direction their hair is going, their parts or whatever. And sometimes I just like to work with their natural part or their cowlicks. So I kind of just see where it's going. Of course, this is a mannequin head, so she doesn't have that issue, but you know, most humans do. So I'm just going to base this off the center. And I'm also going to look for where I want the bangs to start and end. So usually it's where the head starts curving. That's where you want to start the bangs. So I'm going to say it starts right there. And then for the ending of it, it's usually where the recession starts at the top of the recession. So she doesn't really have one. So we're basically just going to say this little area is going to be all bangs. And I'm going to start right in the middle of the bangs. I'm going to take my razor. I'm going to just take a little section in the middle, like so, right where her nose is. And I think, and this is when I determine my bang length. Do I want curtain bangs? Usually for curtain bangs, I start at the nose or to like the top of the nose. For shorter bangs, I start like where the eyebrows are. So I think I'm going to do a shorter bang today, just to really shag it out. I'm going to take this section and pinch it, and then with the flat of the blade, just go back and forth. Next, I'm going to take a little corner. So we have this as our guide for the bang. I'm going to take a little corner next to it. comb it out opposite way. And then lightly tap, tap, tap. There's part of our bang. And I can always go shorter too. Like sometimes the hair jumps up when it's dry, so you might want to go in when it's dry and see how it goes. But I just take each section of the bang and guide it over. All of that original. Got that. And then we'll do the other side. You already see it's looking pretty cute. But yeah, if you want to go shorter, you can always do that. But I'm going to start there for now. Another little tidbit of information. If I find the more I do these, I have a stronger side and a weaker side. My stronger side is the left side. My weaker side is the right side. So, or her left and her right. I've been told start with your weakest side first and then do your stronger side last. So I think what I'm going to do is start on this side, and I'm going to work on her bits and the layers all up in here. So what I like to do is just take a little sliver right in front of the ear for her bits. This is for when she puts her hair up and she has little tendrils coming down that kind of hit her cheekbone. A lot of people really love this. It looks so pretty and kind of makes the shag look super intricate and feminine. So I'm going to take this forward and I'm going to, well, since her hair's straight, I might just bring it out like this. And I'm going to start up here, use the flat of the blade and just, that looks a little long to me. So I'm going to go in and carve it out. I'm going to go in back way and just carve out more length and texture. That's starting to look cute. And I might take it out again, pinch it, and that. There's her little bits on the side. And then I'm going to do the other side. Yeah, this is definitely my stronger side. There. Starting to look pretty good. I think I'm going to take this centerpiece here in the middle of the bangs, and I'm going to layer it slightly just to lighten up the bangs a bit. And then for both these sides, I'm just going to bring the hair forward and layer it. Vertical sections, and just keep going back until I hit the back of the head. Some people like to do the weight removal first, then cut it. It just depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll do that, and sometimes I'll just cut it and then look at it and then evaluate if I need to take weight out. Usually you can tell if you need to take weight out if like a piece, you lift it up and let it go, if it like slaps or if it's like, it just feels really chunky and heavy. That's when you know. I kind of just analyze each section as I go along, like, oh, this piece, because people, their densities in their head grow heavier in some places than others. So you kind of just have to like, you know, feel it out. That's what I love about razor cutting too, is it is very instinctual and organic and free flowing, because everyone's head of hair is different. You know, no two heads are the same. So you're kind of like customizing these haircuts for your clients. One side layered, one side not layered. And you can really tell the difference. You can kind of see how it's shaping up a little bit. So now I'm going to go in the back and just layer it a little bit, maybe take some weight out and just clean up the ends, and then that's it. And then we're going to style and see how she came out. I'll just start at the nape and kind of analyze it and feel it. If it feels kind of heavy to me, I'll just go in and lightly take some weight out. And I'll do one more section. So now I'm going to style her hair, and the products I'm going to use are Innersense's Sweet Spirit Leave-In Conditioner, which I use on virtually all my clients. It's a really great leave-in conditioner, especially if you need a lot of hydration and moisture to your curls, waves, even straight hair. This stuff is really, really great, lightweight. I love it. I tell everyone to use it. Next, I'll use Jelly by Colton King, which is another one of my favorite products, especially for shags, because it has pink Himalayan salt in it, which acts for, which is really great for texture. It's kind of an alternative to salt sprays. I love salt sprays, but some of them can be a little too salty and too drying. So this is a really great, like, hydrating alternative if you want to add texture to your hair, if you have a lot of layers and you don't want your hair to like get super dried out. I use a little, like maybe quarter size of this in the hair and really massage it in. This company is amazing. I love all their products. They're all like multi-purpose. You can refill the packaging with little with packets that you can buy from their website. I'll put a link below to their products because I just think everyone should know about them. Their products just smell amazing. They work great. And I just love their work ethic and what they're all about. They're just such a phenomenal company, and I really love them. So I want to give them as much support as I can. And also going to do, just for fun, I'm going to use the Innersense I Create Waves, their salt spray, just at her roots to give her some volume. For a finishing touch, I'm just going to use some of Colton King's Style Lotion. It's kind of like a mix of a lotion and a balm. I just take like 1 or 2 pumps, and I use that to kind of smooth out the edges, get a little definition in her bangs. I'm really liking her bang length. I think I'm going to leave it alone, but you could go shorter if you want. this is the final result. Her lovely shaggy razor cut. And next we're gonna do the same thing but with scissors and see what the difference is. So for my scissor shag, I'm gonna start in the front. I did trim her hair a little bit just because these mannequin heads, they get really stringy at the end. So I went ahead and just trimmed off most of that stringiness. So I'm gonna start in the front on her bangs. I'm gonna create a little triangle, the same as I did in the razor in the front. See where the head starts sloping down and then where the top of the recession is. That's just a good point of reference for where the bangs should start and stop. That triangle, and I'm gonna bring it up like so. So there's that triangle there, and I'm just gonna cut it. Nip away. Down. And bring it to the side like this. Actually, I'm going to create a little short piece in the front. Here's my guide. And this side. And then do the other side. Shaggy bang with scissors. And then I'm going to kind of go around the head like I did with the razor. And just do some bits on the side before I get into the layering. I'm going to slide cut. I'm going to bring it forward and just slide cut. I'm going to make a little point here. There we go. Pretty good so far. From the recession to the back, I'm going to take this section, bring it up. This is going to start creating the layers, and I'm just going to slide cut up like so. This would be great for dry cutting as well. I like to dry cut on people who have a lot of damage in their hair. I tend to not use the razor on anyone that has a lot of chemical damage or like really dry split end, like really bad, where it's like kind of just wispy and, you know. I tend to not use the razor on that kind of hair, but you could do this kind of shag on with regular shears on wet hair and also on with dry shears when the hair's dry, because then you can really see the damage and kind of assess what needs to be cut without like, yeah, that's when I like to use dry cutting, is when the hair is you know, pretty damaged and you want to just really make sure that you get a lot of the dry damaged bits off. That tends to be when I do dry cutting. I find that I don't have the flexibility I would with a razor. Razor is like just complete freedom and you can just do it all at once. Scissors, you kind of have to, you know, do it by steps, and like, you know, you could either use thinning shears at the end after you've blow dried it and want to take weight out. But yeah, or you can take a section and maybe go in with the scissors like that and slide cut in between. That kind of mimics what a razor would do. You want to take some weight out. Probably take some weight out right here too. Any pieces that look just really blunt and heavy, like go ahead and just take the weight out and it'll like just soften. Like look at that. The hair is just so much softer already. Go ahead and do the other side. Bring this forward. Make sure both sides are even. Like I'll probably take out weight right here too. And then I'll take a pie section in the back and layer that. Weight back in here. This is the crown of the head. So much weight in there. So I'm just going to take a little pie section, bring that up, and just do like what I would do with a razor and just slide cut. So she's all done and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and style her and see how it came out. So I'm liking how this turned out with the scissors. It looks really pretty. The only issue I have is that I guess for me, I don't do a lot of scissor shags, so I think the definition around the face could be better, and it's a lot easier to do for me with the razor because like these bits look really heavy to me. So I would probably go in when it's dry and use the feather razor to kind of break that up. So yeah, I would take this and maybe like break this up a little bit. That just looks a little too harsh for my taste. But yeah, don't be afraid to, like, when you're done with the haircut, go in and just detail it. Make sure your client's happy with it. But yeah, I'm kind of liking that a little bit better. Just a little bit, adds a little bit of softness. And for me personally, it's just a little bit harder to get that kind of soft touch, like effortless look with scissors. That's why I like the razor, because you could do everything with the razor, and the scissors, I can do everything with the scissors except for like the little detailing around the face, like the bangs and the bits and all that. I would, yeah, go in with a razor at the end. So just totally up to you, but I like how this looks too. It's super cute. So why don't we go ahead and compare the two. You could also use a curling iron to kind of, because her hair is really weird and straight. So sometimes I like to go in with a curling iron when I'm done with the shag and give it a little bit of texture. But if your client already has wavy curly hair, then you probably won't need to do that. But I love working with natural texture and blow drying it, playing with it, and then using a hot tool here and there if I really need to. So here's the final result with both the mannequin heads. This one with the razor and this one with scissors. pretty much using the same method, although with the scissors it's a little bit different just because of your body position and all that. Especially when it comes to the layering, it's a little bit different than the razor. But yeah, this was a really fun experiment. I kind of like how both of them came out. It also just depends on your client, like what kind of pictures they're bringing in. And if they want something that's really super texturized and a lot of weight removal, I would go with the razor. But if you have a client that just wants like a light shag, maybe they have some damage or they have really, really super fine hair that you're afraid to take a razor to, I would use scissors, either wet or just do a dry cut. Can't go wrong with either one. It's a great haircut. I love them both. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you learned something. I'm new to this YouTube world, so please subscribe if you like this video. I'll have more videos coming out soon, and I love hearing from you and knowing what you want to learn. So if you want to learn about razor cutting, I also specialize in organic color and ammonia-free color, so I'm probably going to make more videos about that. And if there's anything specific you want to learn, reach out to me, leave a comment below or email me. Thank you so much for watching. This has been really, really fun doing these hair experiments.